I have literally just got back from soft play. I haven't even looked at myself in the mirror. I can see myself in the viewfinder and I look a bit rough, so apologies. But George has just gone down for his nap, so I'm taking this opportunity to film my second trimester recap for you guys. I guess I don't really know if it's like a recap or a bit of a Q&A. I've got a few questions from you guys over on Instagram. I just wanted to like do a little roundup video of the second trimester in my second pregnancy. Obviously, like I just said, my toddler just went round for a nap. I'm currently now 29 weeks pregnant, so just into my third trimester. I wanted to do like a roundup, a video of my second trimester. In my last pregnancy, I did these videos every probably like 5 weeks. I did like update videos and I was really into like tracking every single symptom and talking about all the things that I was doing, and you know, I just haven't had that time this time around because obviously toddler parents will know you just focus on other things basically, and a lot of the time in this second pregnancy I have been forgetting that I'm pregnant until I'm wearing things like this and I'm like, oh, there's a big old bump there now. Yeah, obviously there are still symptoms, there are still things that I struggle with. I am very out of breath even just talking to you guys right now, to be honest, especially the fact that I've just been running around a soft play with a toddler. So yeah, it's a very different experience second time round, but yeah, I wanted to do a roundup video, recap, answering your questions, Q&A style thing, just to finish off the second trimester. Heading into the third trimester where, you know, this is where shit gets real, like I can't lie. I'm starting to see glimpses of like the third trimester with a toddler, like it's just a bit much, and also like, you know, the realisation that this is happening and there's a lot to do still that I don't feel prepared for. So let's just look back on the second trimester and worry about the third trimester as we sort of go through it. My second trimester obviously started, as everyone's does, at the 14-week mark, and then all the way until I think week 27 is it? So 14 weeks to 27 weeks, and is definitely much easier than the first trimester for me. Like the first trimester, if you guys didn't see my vlogs, I vlogged every single week updating how crap I was feeling basically throughout that whole first trimester. It was so awful. Like I just the first trimester just kills me. It did last time and it did this time as well. This time, like I said, I vlogged week by week and you can see like I am just struggling a lot. Yeah, it's just a bit much for me, to be honest. Whereas second trimester, like I definitely didn't suffer as much sickness wise, so my sickness stopped around the 14-15 week mark. That was one of the questions I had quite a lot. Yeah, I struggled loads with morning sickness, or all day sickness, but I have mentioned this loads of times, but I was on a pill called cyclizine and it really helped with the sickness. If I didn't take that tablet, I would definitely be sick. When I took the tablet, I still felt a bit sick, felt a bit nauseous, but I wasn't actually physically sick. So, I mean, sometimes I was, but less, and less is better. I just basically told the doctors I couldn't keep any food or water down for weeks. Like it literally just went on for weeks. I was fainting, I was having fits, like honestly my levels, like my energy levels were so awful. So I was on the cyclizine pill, which, oh my gosh, that pill was just magic. That was in my first trimester though. And then in my second trimester my sickness stopped, which is amazing. The one thing that did then kick in was the acid reflux, where obviously in the second trimester I wasn't feeling sick. I was just eating back like how I was before, and there's a lot of things in pregnancy that for some reason some women get it, where you just get acid reflux, and the amount of things that I ate, or still eat probably, that have like acidic, fatty kind of elements in, is just basically everything that tastes good. Garlic, onions, tomatoes, I don't know, anything with oil. Like, let's face it, most of the good stuff is gonna flare up. Chocolate, even chocolate does it. You know, it's gonna flare up acid reflux, which is a bit annoying. I say a bit annoying, no, it's actually horrendous and it's really painful. And you know, I'm looking at my bed here, I was literally sat up sleeping because every time I laid down, I would just like honestly, it felt like my food was coming back up as lava. It was awful. Couldn't sleep. Like, it wasn't just heartburn, it was acid reflux, like like pure hell coming up through. Just no, like it was just horrendous. Again, went to the doctors for this, or like called the doctors, explained the situation, like how long it had been going on for. I tried all of like the home remedies of not eating those foods, and obviously like Gaviscon and Rennie and things like that. They did not work, and if anything made it worse. So I then went on a pill called omeprazole, which I have just asked for another prescription for because I've actually run out. Omeprazole is something that they actually prescribe for acid reflux. If you're not pregnant, if you are pregnant, they actually, I think, prescribe it for like colic or acid reflux in like toddlers and stuff. I've definitely heard of that. So yeah, anyway, omeprazole is what I was on, am on, hoping to get back on, and it is massively helping. Like, just wow, that stuff is literal magic. If you're suffering with acid reflux or heartburn, or maybe not heartburn but acid reflux badly, and like not eating the bad things, like all the nice things that I just listed, isn't helping, then maybe it's worth going to the doctors and seeing what they say. But yeah, they're the two like medications that I've like been on throughout the pregnancy, and oh my gosh, let me tell you that it saved me, because I'm not being funny. Second time round, I need all the help I can get, because I am on call constantly for my toddler. So like I just have to be on at least 80% form, because otherwise he is just like not getting what he needs from me. And whether he doesn't know, well, he kind of does know that I'm pregnant, but he doesn't care that I'm pregnant. He still needs all of the things that he needs before. He needs me to run around with him. He needs me to be like, you know, energetic and not being sick or fainting or spewing up lava. Like he needs like his mum to like be on full form. So yeah, going to the doctors and asking if that medication has just worked for me. And you know what, like first time around I probably wouldn't have done it, because I would have been worried about medications and whatever. I probably would have just suffered through it, but I could in my first pregnancy, because I could just literally sit on the sofa and like feel sorry for myself, whereas you just can't do that. You don't have those options in the second pregnancy, right? So yeah, they're the two big like health things, I guess. The other health thing is that I would have spoken about this in my 28 weeks pregnant vlog a couple of vlogs back, but I am also Rhesus negative, which means that I've got a negative blood type. I'm O negative, and that means that my blood type is Rhesus negative, and the baby is Rhesus positive. Basically that means if our blood's mixed, then my body would produce antibodies to fight off the baby's blood, which is very dangerous, especially in like second pregnancies. I'm not really sure why it's more so in second pregnancies than first pregnancies. I guess like your bodies have the chance to build up those antibodies or something, I'm not really sure, but anyway, it means that you have to have an injection called anti-D, and it stops your body from producing those antibodies basically, and your baby is going to be safe. And I think you have one at the 28 week mark, and then you also have one at the afterbirth mark. Like I think afterbirth you just get like a little injection somewhere. I can't actually remember, because I had this in my first pregnancy as well, so I had it at 28 weeks and it was a big deal at 28 weeks, and then I think I must have had it after birth, but I can't remember it. I think in the afterbirth like moment you're not really like concentrating on like the injections they're giving you and they're stitching you up and they're doing this, you're just in the bubble. So I'm pretty sure I would have had it after birth last time as well, so I'm expecting that this time. But yeah, I'm kind of less worried about it now. I'm much more relaxed this time round in my pregnancy, I think, just all round. And then in terms of like everything else health wise has been fine. So I'd say like I'm still like a low risk pregnancy, I think. No one's told me otherwise. Obviously like my last pregnancy was pretty straightforward. Again, I had sickness and like all the standard stuff of like lower back pain and like, you know, all the rubbish like pregnancy stuff, but I haven't got any like you know, medical conditions or anything like that, which is all good. Obviously you have your 20-week scan, which was very exciting when we had our 20-week scan. Very surprising at the result of that. I vlogged the gender reveal if you wanted to watch that, but yeah, we found out that we were having a baby girl instead of a baby boy. We thought we were having a baby boy because I did the sneak peek gender test. I did the home kit version. Obviously I did it wrong because it got contaminated or something, I don't really know, but the sonographer was like very sure. He was like, I've never been surer than I am now. Surer, is that a word? That this is a girl. So I was like, wow, okay. Anyway, so that was like the gender like reveal moment, obviously we also found out the most important thing, that all of the anatomy of the baby looks completely healthy and matched up with all of the bloods that I had at that point as well. You have like loads of bloods taken at 20 weeks to make sure that the baby's all okay, and yeah, all the scan and everything like matched up with all of that, so super healthy. And he was like, yeah, you've got a bang on average baby. I was like, perfect, amazing. So yeah, super happy with all of that. So on to the questions. One of the main questions that I got was about the differences between the two pregnancies, my first pregnancy and my second pregnancy. I did a whole video about like what I'm doing differently during pregnancy compared to first time round and second time round. So if you want to watch that video, then definitely go and check that out. It's on my baby number 2 or pregnancy number 2 playlist if you wanted to watch that. Basically, it's fairly similar. Like my actual like symptoms and body and everything is fairly similar, other than the fact that, so I had sickness last time. I didn't get any medication for that though. And I had heartburn last time. I definitely didn't have acid reflux as bad as I've had it now, so that's definitely worse. But again, I got the medication for that this time, I didn't get medication for it last time. So basically I'm just like asking for help a little bit more and like not being a martyr. My actual physical pregnancy though, I would say is very similar. Very similar, other than my bump is bigger, but I don't necessarily know if that's because the baby is bigger or is because I have more fluid this time round, because George's bump, like my bump when I was pregnant with George, was always measuring on like the 9th centile, so he was quite a small baby. He was 6 pounds 6 ounces, but like my bump was always on the 9th centile, and that doesn't necessarily mean he was going to be that small, but like the bump itself was small, which meant I didn't have much amniotic fluid. And even when my water's wet, it was like nothing. It was like a tiny little trickle. There was no like gush of water. I would kind of describe it like my pelvic floor went slightly. Anyone who has given birth out there will understand that. And it was like a tiny little trickle, and that was literally it. So I basically don't think I had a lot of amniotic fluid with George, whereas I feel like maybe I do more this time, or maybe the baby is just bigger this time. I'm measuring on the 50th centile, I think like 53rd centile this time round. So like my bump, and that's only from like when they measure, like, you know, they do the little tape measure at the midwife, don't they? And then on the scan, actually, the 20-week scan, I also had, like it measured all the anatomy and everything measured properly, and I'm pretty sure that was on the 50th centile as well. So potentially baby girl is going to be slightly bigger than George, like sort of average, which I'm totally fine with. I just hope she's not too big. I also hope she's not too small. It's like one of those, I want like a nice medium. I think everyone does, don't they? I have actually been filming like little clips of my bump growing throughout the weeks, so I'm actually going to pop that up on the screen now. So like throughout the weeks, I think I started maybe about 24 weeks. I wish I'd started sooner. I'm going to do like a little, you know, hopefully from like X week all the way to 40 weeks or however long I actually am pregnant for, which I absolutely love. I love those pregnancy transformation videos. I'm actually doing one for YouTube as well, so I started that one like as soon as I found out, like at 4 weeks pregnant. So the YouTube clips start like very early and will go all the way to 40 weeks if I go that long. The next most asked question was, how are you finding being pregnant with a toddler? And I feel like I've touched on it a little bit, but oh my gosh, it's different, right? It's so different. Yeah, I'm struggling. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, it's so hard. I think it's going to be even harder in the 3rd trimester, if I'm honest. I feel like first trimester it was really difficult because I was on my own, pregnant, being sick, passing out and like having fits, trying to like solo parent a toddler and work, and like it was just a lot, and like I struggled a lot. I feel like everyone does. Like, I'm not unique in that at all. And I don't know about your toddlers, but my toddler is a crazy, very active little boy, and constantly wants to be played with and needs to be like run around. Like he's like a dog, he needs to be walked daily, right? Like he needs to be at a park, at a soft play, swimming, doing something, or a nursery or whatever. Like, he is a very active kid. When you have like very low energy levels, even throughout the 2nd like trimester, I know my energy levels have been better and haven't been as sick and stuff, but I have still felt, you know, pains and aches, and I've got a big bump and I've got more weight, and you know, all of those things. Like, I'm still pregnant, right? Things like the acid reflux, I have a bit of sciatica, you know, every now and then he wants to be carried sometimes. Like, he's got more clingy towards the last few weeks. He's definitely a lot more clingy with me and like wants to be carried quite a lot, and he's very large. Like, he's not that large, but he's just like, you know, a heavy weight to carry whilst you're also carrying This week, he doesn't really get that he can't just jump on me and like jump on the bump, and like the amount of knocks and bumps that I've had on the bump that I would have absolutely freaked out about last time. That's like daily for me, like being kicked and prodded and jumped on, like that is just George. So, you know, it's been really difficult, but I feel like best like coping skill for being pregnant with a toddler is actually like the gentle parenting stuff, getting down to George's level and really talking to him and explaining things to him, and listening to him as much as I'm trying to listen, like I'm getting him to listen to me, has massively, like, the thing is, I literally can't, there's no alternative for me right now. Like, I need him to understand that certain things are dangerous and certain things are okay, and certain things, if I ask you to do something, you really have to listen, because if not, this will happen. You know, he holds my hand near the road now absolutely every single time, whereas probably like 2-3 months ago, he would go ballistic if I tried to hold his hand, like, or carry him. Like, he'd be kicking and screaming, and obviously, whilst pregnant, that's a lot harder to cope with. So I've kind of had to do the whole gentle pet. Not like I really like the whole gentle. I just don't think I've got it in me, to be honest. But it's worked really, really well with George. I don't know if what I'm doing is gentle parenting, to be honest. Like, it is just whatever I'm doing, it's working with George at the moment. Doesn't necessarily mean it will always work. But like really, really talking to him, listening to him, getting him to listen to me, like following through on action. So for example, like just now with the soft play thing, like got back from soft play, he really didn't want to go for a nap, and I said, look, we've got to go, because Ashley's downstairs, he's actually doing like fitting our kitchen. So like that, the whole downstairs is literally just like an absolute building site, so it's not safe for George to be walking around down there. Getting him to listen to us and not want to walk, like he wants to walk around and play with tools, like of course he does, and wants to see what daddy's doing. So like I had to negotiate with him to like come upstairs. He was like screaming because he wanted like yogurt. Yeah, he wanted a yogurt. So it's like, okay, if you stay here and you get into bed, mummy's gonna go downstairs and get your yogurt. He got straight into bed, listened to me, and I went and got a yogurt, and I came back upstairs and like he ate his yogurt, and then we read a book and he went to sleep. That would not have happened like 3 months ago. Again, like I feel like the last couple of months we've really like pulled through on the behaviour stuff, on the sleep. Yeah, I don't know if that's just age or if that's like what we're doing, I don't know. I'm just very grateful that we're at this stage now. I'm not saying it's going to last forever, because I know that everything is a phase. Everything is a phase. Whether that's good, bad, ugly, beautiful, it's all a phase. I'm sure there are going to be bumps in the road, you know, fairly soon probably, but yeah, I just think that's how I've been coping, basically. Changing my parenting style, or at least attempting to negotiate with him somewhat more, and maybe a bit of luck chucked in there as well. But yeah, it's not easy. Definitely not easy. Another question that I got was, are you thinking about having any more children after the 2, or are you going to stick with 2? And to be honest, I've always thought 1 or 2. Well, I'm an only child, firstly, so that's like my background. Ash is one of 4. He's the youngest of 4. And we kind of just said like 2, like when we were talking about kids and stuff like that, we kind of just said 2. So we always kind of just said 2, and I feel like it's a really manageable, like one-on-one number. I would never say never, like 3 is not out of the question at all, but definitely no more than 3. I just, to be honest, like I feel like 2 at the moment is definitely all I could manage, like in terms of like our house size. We've got a 3-bedroom house, so that's perfect. Like 2 kids, obviously 1 of each gender, so so George and baby number 2 gonna have separate rooms. If for example we had 2 boys, they might share a room, or something like that. So I don't know, like I think because we've got now a boy and soon we'll have a girl, I feel like it's just like a well-rounded, I feel like that will be our family dynamic, and it will be sort of complete. I feel like I won't need to add to that, but I also would never say never. So yeah, that's, my mind has changed slightly on that. One of the things is, you know, if we were to have another kid, it would be in a few years, so therefore like both George and the second baby would be either at nursery or school. Yeah, like maybe we could afford it and stuff like that. That's the other thing, it's like costs and things like this is just, it's just a lot. So yeah, never say never, but for now 2 is definitely the plan. I got a couple of questions about potty training George before baby number 2 arrives, and if I'm totally honest, I kind of thought, like, I've been trying for a little while, not like really forcing it, but like the potty's always in the living room, or you know, he does occasionally go on the potty. I would say probably like 3 times a week he does a wee on a potty. He knows when he's going to the toilet, he tells me when he's gonna do a poo. He just really doesn't want to sit on the potty. Like, I don't know what it is. And to be honest, also with all the renovations and stuff downstairs that are happening, it's just easier at the moment to have him in a nappy than it is to like have him running around without a nappy on, because my ideal situation would be at home for a week, he'd have no nappy on, he'd just either have pants or nothing on at all, and basically like when he needs a wee, he'd have a couple of accidents, but like he wouldn't want to wee without sitting on a potty, like, but with his nappy it's like a safety blanket, isn't it? It's like something to go into, and it's what he's always been used to. So yeah, if it weren't for the renovations, I think we would have like tried a little bit harder with it. I'm going to my mum's. I think by the time you see this I'll be there, I'm not sure actually. So I'm going to my mum's, and I'm hoping that we can do a little bit of potty training there, and like, you know, try and enforce it a little bit more. But like I said, like, he's ready. Like, the thing is, he is ready. He knows all of the signs that you would wait for. Like, he knows when he's going to the toilet. He tells me when he's going to the toilet. He doesn't like when he wants his nappy changed. He doesn't like being dirty. So he's definitely ready. It's just actually like doing it. So I would love for him to be potty trained by the time the baby gets here, but that's only in like 2.5 months, I think. Depends. So I don't really know is the answer. I don't know. We'll try our hardest. I hope so. The last question I'm going to answer is clothes recommendations, like maternity, not maternity, like where to buy things, etc. Like what kind of things to wear for a bump, all of that. Truthfully, I struggle with this quite a lot. I would say though, if I was going to do like a maternity wardrobe for this time of year, so like coming into spring, I feel like I really struggled in the winter months because it was just like so cold. I was just wearing like tracksuits and like really baggy, like not in a cute way, like really just blur outfits to be honest. But it was so cold, like we were trying to save money on heating and stuff like that, so, because I work from home, so I was literally like in massive like thermals, joggers, like sweaters and things like that, a hot water bottle as well, like trying to not put the heating on when it was freezing cold and snowing outside, because heating's so expensive at the moment that I wasn't like in a fashion kind of, you know, mindset. However, coming into spring I found it slightly easier, so I would say like some really good leggings, like some nice like skin, like second skin type leggings. I've got a few from Girl of Muse, but I have seen a lot on H&M, and they're called the Dry Move range on H&M, and they are so good. My sister-in-law has them, and I've asked her about them so many times. They're not pregnancy, like they're not maternity leggings at all, but they are so stretchy that they would be perfect. So if you're looking for like non-see-through, really stretchy leggings, then I would definitely recommend the H&M Dry Move range. I will link them down below because they're just beautiful. They're so good, and they've got lots of different colours and stuff as well. They're very similar to the Another Version or Adanola, the ones that are all on Instagram and stuff at the moment. They're very similar to those, but they're already H&M, so high street prices. And then I would just say like tight fitting tops with either overshirts like this, I would say like short sleeve ones, long sleeve ones and strappy ones. That will see you through, like literally just tight so you can see the bump. And then an overshirt, I've got like stripy ones like this, I've got checked ones, like, you know, things like that. And then like a leather jacket or just like a shacket or something like that. Or go the other way and just do like really like big oversized baggy t-shirts, and like sort of you can see the bump that way as well. I really like that look, and when it's, you know, slightly warmer you can definitely pull that off. So again, H&M do some really good oversized ones at the moment. I actually got them all in a size small, the t-shirts that I've got recently, and they go over my bump and fit, and they're going to look cute postpartum as well. You can tuck them in postpartum into some like mum jeans or whatever. I'm trying to not buy maternity clothes. I did get some maternity jeans. I've actually got them on at the moment. I've got some maternity jeans from Vinted, But if I'm totally honest, kind of regret it. Like, I don't really love them. I've got like 5 pairs, and I probably will just sell them on Vinted again, like as a bundle or something. I feel like maternity jeans aren't really my vibe. Maternity leggings, yes. I've got a pair of maternity leggings from Love Leggings. Great pair of leggings, very good quality, and they go like, they're maternity, so they go over the bump, which is quite nice. So you can wear like crop tops with them and you still got coverage over the bump. That's like my go-to, probably leggings and a top, basically, is what I'm saying. Going into spring, summer, dresses, can't wait. However, I'm not really sure what this weather's doing. We're not quite there yet in terms of the dress weather, but yeah, I can't wait for flowy dresses and just comfort and breezy and like showing off the bump. That's what I want, but yeah, we're not quite there yet in terms of this British weather. The only other thing that I was thinking about doing was doing like a second trimester must-haves video. However, I did do one last time that I was pregnant, and to be honest, my must-haves haven't really changed much. But to be honest, very generically, you just need like a water bottle, some good stretch mark cream, even though I don't believe in the fact that they actually work for stretch marks, but I believe in the fact that you should keep your bump hydrated. So like a body butter or a stretch mark cream, nothing too expensive. I use a couple of different ones. I've got one here, which is the fantastic Skin Elastic from My Expert Midwife, but I don't think you need one that's this expensive, to be honest. Last time around I used the Palmer's like massage lotion, which was for stretch marks, and that was absolutely perfect. Again, it's more for just hydrating your bump and keeping, like, yeah, your skin hydrated rather than preventing stretch marks. To be honest, I don't think you can prevent stretch marks. If your body's going to get stretch marks, you're going to get stretch marks. If your body has the elasticin in it, elasticin, I think that's the word, then you won't get stretch marks. Like, that's just hereditary, and like, that's just, you know, standard stuff really. Anyone that's suffering with heartburn, then Rennie or Gaviscon, great. But if you're suffering with acid reflux or something more severe, then definitely I would say go to the doctors and get something for that. If you are struggling and you want to take medication like omeprazole like I am, absolutely would highly recommend. I found this time round in my second trimester I've wanted a birth ball, which I will link down below because mine is on offer at the moment from Amazon. Beautiful, love it. To be honest, like, you don't need a lot. You don't need to buy loads of stuff. You just need to be comfortable in what you're wearing, drink a lot of water. I feel like that's absolutely key in pregnancy. I've been really dehydrated. Like, if I literally have like 2 or 3 of these a day, I'm so dehydrated. I have to be constantly sipping on it, carrying it around with me everywhere, and to keep hydrated. Obviously it makes me go to the toilet loads, but you know what, as long as I'm hydrated, keeping me, you know, going, keeping my body going, then I'm happy. One that I should not forget is a pregnancy pillow. That's my Cali Sleep pregnancy pillow that I bought when it was on offer, and again I think they sell them on Amazon, so I'll link it down below. A dream, absolute dream. I love it. It obviously like helps to separate your legs to help your sort of pelvic pain if you have any during your pregnancy when you're sleeping. Sleeping on your left side is also really good. To be honest, you could just put a couple of pillows between your legs, but I always found that they just like fall out, and in the middle of the night I wake up and I'm uncomfortable, whereas with that it's just so comfy all the time. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. Cali Sleep is the brand. It's great. It's really, really good, and it's really high quality. It's not like gonna misshape or anything like that. A lot of the Amazon ones are crap. So yeah, I would highly recommend that one. They do sell it on Amazon though, so I will link it down below. If you do want any more like pregnancy must-haves, then I'll do maybe a video at the, like towards the end of my 3rd trimester, so I can do like a 2nd and 3rd trimester kind of must-haves video as a one-up. But anyway, I think that is going to round up my 2nd trimester recap Q&A video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope if you're in your 2nd trimester, you're looking forward to your 3rd trimester, or if you're in your 1st trimester, you're looking forward to your 2nd trimester. Let me know how far along you are in the comments or anything like that, or if you're not pregnant at all and you're just like interested in these videos. And also let me know what kind of content you want to see from me in my 3rd trimester, because I've got lots of videos planned. I feel like I haven't focused on pregnancy related videos necessarily, or the ones that I really want to do, like Nest With Me, decorating the nursery, just like proper baby prep stuff, which scares me. It scares me, and also I haven't been able to do it because of all the renovations and stuff like that. but third trimester is where that stuff is coming, so let me know what you want to see. And things like the hospital bag and all that kind of stuff, I need to start thinking about these things, but for now I'm just gonna have to love you and leave you, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye guys.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.